Welcome, everybody, to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today. And this week sees the release of the comedic war drama Jojo Rabbit hitting store shelves, along with the dramatic biopic A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, the historical war drama Midway, as well as the first season of the Twilight Zone reboot is hitting store shelves, and Arrow Video is releasing a Blu-ray edition of the 1990 horror film Deadly Manor, plus much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we're at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are in at Walmart here, and crazy enough, this week there is actually some new releases. I'm shocked, not gonna lie. I thought we would see nothing here, but surprise, surprise, man. And the first thing I'm seeing here is they have the DVD of 21 Bridges for $17.96, the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $22.96. Now, I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, and I don't know if I was looking forward to this one or not. I mean, I thought the trailers were good. I enjoyed, the trailer. I thought it looked thrilling, but I don't know if I was like dying to watch the movie or not. I mean, to be honest with you, it looked pretty standard to me. And after watching the movie, I have to say that it is a very thrilling movie. I like sort of the fact that this guy is brought in, the fact that these people are on the run. They have to close down all of these bridges, basically close down the entire city, basically, to catch these people. And they're cop killers, and cops are coming after them. And this guy has to try to catch these people and try to stop these cops from killing them, because he needs to find out this information. He needs to find out what's going on with these people, what their true intentions and motives were. And it's a very sort of back and forth, really interesting cop thriller, good cop, bad cop type of stuff. I thought it was actually pretty well done. I thought it was going to be sort of this standard generic movie. And yes, it has its moments of, generic stuff at times. But honestly, though, I thought it was way better than it had any right to be. I thought Chadwick Boseman did a great job here. I thought Sienna Miller did it as well. The action is pretty good here, too. Yeah, overall, actually not a bad sort of cop thriller. I was expecting less than stellar, but I got pretty stellar, man. And actually, I was really happy with it. It's not one that I'm sort of ashamed that I missed it in the theater, but I'm glad I got to check it out, man. It's actually not bad, dude. Not bad at all. Then over here, I'm seeing they have the DVD of Midway for $14.96. The Blu-ray DVD digital for $19.96, and the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $24.96. And I also got a chance to catch this one on Amazon Prime, and I was sort of back and forth on whether I really wanted to see this in the theaters or not. I am a fan of war movies. I really like that kind of stuff quite a bit. And I thought that the trailers looked interesting, looked good, but it also might have looked kind of a little bit of a generic war movie as well. So I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to see it. So I kind of waited on this one, guys. But I'm glad I got to check it out, man, because it's such an interesting movie. Basically, after the whole issues with Pearl Harbor and the bombing of that and the tragedy that happened, then sort of came the whole idea of sort of the strategy from the Japan of going after Midway, and the fact that they had to defend themselves, the Americans, but also had to sort of strike back as well. It's a really harrowing tale of sort of survival and people really living up to the challenge and to the American values. And it's a really sort of very bold movie. It's got some really great war scenes in it. It's thrilling. It's got the good action there. It's pretty well accurate for the time period as well. There are some drawbacks to the movie, though, and I will say that the movie is a little on the boring side at times. you don't really get to know the characters as much as you really want to and really care for them. And at times the CGI is a little wonky. I think towards the end it's really great, but at the beginning and sort of the middle, the CGI tends to be a little bit, looks a little too fake to me, and it kind of took me out of the movie a little bit. It's still a really good war movie, and I still really like it a lot, and it's a story that definitely needs to be told. But compared to other war movies, I don't know if it really was as good as it possibly could have been. It's still good, but I think it falls short of other war movies that I think the aerial stuff and the character stuff and the action stuff just a little bit better. But it's still definitely a recommend if you love war movies. I just found it lacking in certain areas, but really great in others. Like I said, the action is dynamic here. And as I said, they do a really great job recreating most of the stuff and telling a gripping story. So I thought it was good. I liked some sort of looking at both sides of the war, from the Japan side and the American side, and how they both dealt with it. I thought that was interesting as well. So there's some really good points about Midway, man. Again, not as good as some other war movies, but I thought it was pretty stellar. And the cast, man, is phenomenal here. Really amazing cast, dude. So there's quite a bit here that's definitely worth it. If you love some of these actors, war movies, definitely give it a chance, man. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood for $17.96, the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $19.96, and the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital for $24.96. Now, I got a chance to watch this one on Amazon Prime as well, guys, and this was one that I was really wanting to see in the movie theaters, and I just didn't get a chance to see it. I was actually going to see it with my mother, but things came up, and we didn't get a chance to see it, and I was really fascinated by wanting to watch this movie because I am a Mr. Rogers fan. I mean, I didn't grow up watching Mr. Rogers like a lot of people did. I more grew up on something like Sesame Street than anything else. But, I occasionally did watch it from time to time, and I just remember how much of an influencer in a really great positive way Mr. Rogers was. And so I was very interested to see what they would do with this movie, how Tom Hanks would be in it, and I thought it was really well done. It's not really a biopic about Mr. Rogers. It's more about the story of this guy who is sort of lost in his life and has a lot of anger and does this sort of expose piece on Mr. Rogers, and the idea that sort of Mr. Rogers starts his friendship with him and tries to help him heal in his life. And it's a really fantastic movie. I thought the acting was beautiful here, especially Tom Hanks, who does an amazing job as Mr. Rogers. I thought it was very heartfelt, heartwarming. It's a really great tribute to Fred Rogers. I love sort of the recreation of the sets and some of the sort of the puppets and sort of his whole stage that he did. I thought they really went out of their way to make this a really beautifully well-made and well-told story. I would definitely love to see a biopic on Mr. Rogers in general, just him as a man, in his life, growing up and doing the show and everything. But this is a really good, positive look into Mr. Rogers, and definitely if you're a fan, I would highly recommend this one, guys. By far, it really is good, man. Definitely give this one a look for sure, man. I was pleasantly surprised. I was happy it was good. I really wanted to be, and I definitely was not disappointed, man. Not bad at all, and not bad over here. Yes, there's only 3 to check out. There's no Jojo Rabbit and a couple other things, but you want to know what, man? I was expecting nothing this week, so you know what? Even though there's a small amount, and it definitely could have been a hell of a lot more, I will take this, man, by far. Hey, when you've been seeing this place not have any releases, you're expecting crap. It's not as good as it could be, but hey, I'll take it. So to be honest, guys, I was really considering starting the video over at Target. I was really considering it. No joke, man. Like last week, I asked you guys whether I should go over to Target to start the videos, and a lot of you said, yeah, go to Target to start the videos. Go, man. Really go and do that, because Walmart's fallen off the wagon. But I kind of wanted to give Walmart another chance, man. Sort of a shot at redemption, so to speak. You know, why not? And yeah, I mean, we did see some releases this week. Yes, we didn't see all. I mean, you know, yeah, some of the new releases we didn't get, and some of the indie titles we didn't get either. So, I mean, I understand that they're not as good as they definitely could be, but like I said, I was expecting 0 releases, man, because let's be honest, I haven't had much luck here, so I just was expecting nothing. But I'm glad I came in here to at least check it out, man. Again, not as good as it could be, but still not bad either, man. And again, no exclusives here, but Walmart hasn't really been doing exclusives as of late anyways, so I was pretty sure we weren't going to get it here regardless. But not bad, could be better. Is this towards the upswing for this Walmart? Well, only time will tell. Next week's a big release week as well, so they should have a lot more out, but, well, let's hope, guys. In the meantime, let's head to the second location and see what we can find. All right, everybody, we are at our second location, Target. And where Walmart has been inconsistent as of late, at least the one I go to, Target here has actually been pretty damn consistent. I mean, really, I mean, see, if I were to have told you at the start of this year that in the past 3-4 weeks that Target was actually going to have more physical media than the Walmart that I go to, I think you guys would have considered me batshit crazy. But now that's not the case. We're actually seeing a lot of the big titles, the big name releases. We're seeing a lot of cool exclusives. There's a lot of really great stuff that we're seeing now over at Target compared to Walmart, which is so odd, man. I would have never thought this in a million years, but that's where we are, man. Crazy enough. And I hope that maybe the momentum can continue. I mean, as I've always said to you, when there's a big sort of release week for physical media, Target does really well because there's a lot of selection, there's a lot of variety of titles out there, and this week should be one of those really big ones, man. I expect to see a lot of the new releases. I expect to see maybe even an exclusive or two, and maybe some variety that Walmart didn't carry. You never know, man. I mean, I'm living in the twilight zone, man. I got Walmart not doing great with physical media and Target doing great. I'm literally living a Twilight Zone episode, but whatever, man. I'm actually kind of anticipating going into Target, so let's head in, see what they got. All right, everybody, we are in over at Target, and quite a few releases. I knew they would definitely have a lot to show off. And the first thing I'm seeing is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital of Midway for $24.99, the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $19.99, the DVD for $14.99, and yes, there is an exclusive, guys. The Blu-ray DVD digital only at Target Steelbook for $24.99 right here. Nice. Usually Best Buy is in the game of steelbooks, not Target, but we do on the ever so often occasion actually do find a steelbook here at Target, man. Not bad. And there's actually like a slip on the steelbook itself. So it's like you get the artwork and then probably like the sort of Midway logo and all that stuff actually like on the slip, which is really cool, man. That's not bad, man. That's actually really nice art, and actually really different from this art right here, man. I actually like both. I like this art quite a bit, and this art isn't bad either, man. Not bad art, dude. Actually pretty cool. Not bad at all. Now, this movie is directed by Roland Emmerich, and if you guys know anything about Roland Emmerich, he is literally the master of blow 'em up movies. He blows the crap out of stuff, dude. He's just big, broad, bold action, dude. Whether we're talking about Independence Day, Stargate, Universal Soldier, The Day After Tomorrow. Oh my God, dude. He's done a ton of them, man. I genuinely like his style. I know that his style isn't for everybody, and he's a very sort of superficial director in a lot of ways. He goes more for like the big action, blow 'em up stuff than he does actually the personal like character type of stuff. Occasionally, he sort of bucks that trend, but for the most part, he pretty much is the blow 'em up director. Here, I thought he tried to go a little bit more personal. I think he tried to, you know, try to maybe be more respectful of these events and sort of honor the heroes that went into this true story. I think he did a pretty good job overall. Like I said, I think Roland Emmerich, he's more of the disaster guy than anything else. This says Midway is a must-see movie for every generation. Is it? Like I said, I think it's a good movie. I think it has some really good action here. I think the personal stories with the actors and their characters aren't really highlighted as much as I would have wanted it to, but that's sort of Roland Emmerich's style anyways. But I think he did a good job portraying these people as heroes and the heroic efforts that they did. And it's a story that definitely needed to be told. And by the way, I mean, this movie is so much more better than Independence Day Resurgence, or as I like to call it, Regurgence, because that movie is real dog shit, guys. That movie is terrible. So he definitely needed a comeback in a big bad way. I like Roland Emmerich, dude. I mean, like I said, I don't think this is his best movie. I think this is probably his most, dare I say, his most respectful to the material, and he tried to do his best to sort of give it the respect it deserves. I think for the most part he did that, but I do feel like it's still sort of Roland Emmerich style. You can still tell it's Roland Emmerich in the movie. It's not like he's abandoning being Roland Emmerich. You can see the action, the blow him up stuff. You know, he still has his tendencies, but I think this is his most respectful and honorable work. I mean, definitely let me know what you guys think of Roland Emmerich for sure, man. But this is actually a really cool steelbook. Not bad. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of Jojo Rabbit for $17.99. The DVD for $19.99 right here. And I got a chance to catch this on Amazon Prime, and wow, you know, I have to admit I was looking forward to this, and I didn't watch it in the theaters, and a lot of the reasons why is I think my friends were very worried about me watching this movie, to be honest with you. They were really petrified of me watching this thing. And I think the reason why they were as scared of me watching this is because they know that I'm Jewish, and this is sort of the Nazi stuff, and how it sort of hates on Jews, and they're like, is he gonna be like really sort of not happy about watching this movie? And I can totally understand why they would think that, but after the first few minutes of watching this movie, I laughed. Dude, I had a ball watching this movie. I laughed my ass off. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was heartwarming. I thought it was really dramatic. I thought the acting here was top notch, and I like how they're sort of taking the piss out of Nazis. I kind of liked it, man. I really did. You know, Taika Waititi has sort of a very weird sense of humor that some people get and some people don't. And you kind of have to go with his humor or you just don't like it. You know what I mean? But I really like his sort of perverse, sort of in your face sort of sense of humor. I mean, especially when he's playing Hitler, like in this boy's mind. He's just really just having a ball, just being absolutely over the top and ridiculous, man. He really is. I thought it was really well done, man. I thought he did a great job with this, and you know, I had no problem. I wasn't insulted by the movie at all. I didn't feel like the movie hated on Jews. I thought it just was a really fun, dramatic, and heartfelt movie that I really enjoyed the hell out of, man. I thought it was great, dude, and I had a ball with this one. So this one is definitely worth it, guys, by far, to check out, man. Definitely do it. Then over here, guys, I'm seeing they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital of A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood for $24.99 right here. They have the Blu-ray DVD digital for $19.99 and the DVD for $17.99. Now, it's kind of interesting, you know, as I was watching this movie and as I was thinking about it, I was thinking more about Tom Hanks. And Tom Hanks has sort of become sort of almost like your friendly neighborhood actor. Like, he's become almost like people's best friends that you let into your house and he's sort of this all-American actor that we all love. And I was kind of curious of like, when did that really happen? Because I was thinking back at his early career, things like Bosom Buddies and Bachelor Party, Dragnet, The Burbs, movies that aren't exactly PC. And it's kind of interesting because he wasn't always sort of the nice guy actor. He had his sort of raunchy, sort of wild moments. And I think for me, I think it was probably, if I had to say, it was probably either Philadelphia or maybe Sleepless in Seattle, somewhere around there when his image started to change. Some people might say it was Big, but I think it was around sort of that time of, I would say, again, sort of Sleepless in Seattle, Philadelphia, around there, when I think his sort of trajectory as an actor sort of changed. He went and did more Oscar stories, and I think he did more stuff that was less of like raunchy, not politically correct stuff like Bachelor Party, and went a little bit more prestige actor. Stuff like You've Got Mail, romantic comedies, stuff like Castaway, stuff like that, Forrest Gump, where he really sort of became this sort of everyman actor. And it's sort of just interesting seeing his trajectory as an actor from the early years to now. And, when I'm watching this movie, I can't help but think he was the most perfect fit to play Fred Rogers. I mean, when I'm watching the movie, he embodies everything that Fred Rogers is, sort of the kindness and sort of the heartfelt nature of him and wanting to help people out. He sort of embodies that, and I think that's just Tom Hanks in general, man. And I think that he does a really great job with this role. And it just really amazes me that he can transform as an actor like that and really embody that. But I think that just shows the strength of Tom Hanks. I mean, really. Somebody who was sort of dressing up as a woman for comedy purposes early in his career to doing this. Such a wild transition for a guy, but I'm telling you, man, like, it's just sort of wild to think now we think of him in the most sort of friendliest, nice guy American way, but he wasn't always that way, man. Will he ever go back to sort of the raunchy stuff? I don't think so. He's sort of at an age in his career now where he's not really doing that type of stuff. I mean, but he's an actor that I appreciate no matter what he does, man. Raunchy or just all-American type work like A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. He's great, man, and he continues to make amazing work. So go Tom Hanks, dude. He's awesome. Definitely let me know what you think of Tom Hanks, man. Then over here, I am seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD digital of 21 Bridges for $24.99. Oh, actually, $22.99. Everything's on sale here, guys. And then the DVD for $19.99. Now, let's talk about Chadwick Boseman for a second, because Chadwick Boseman is really good in this movie. I really like him a lot. But here's the thing with Chadwick Boseman. He's not exactly the most dynamic actor in the world. He's good, but is he really star-worthy great? I remember him in movies like The Express, where he played Floyd Little, a very small role, but I thought he was good in that. Also a movie like Draft Day, which Draft Day is actually not a bad movie. I kind of like that. That's with Kevin Costner. And I thought he did a really good job in that as well. Not a big role, but he's done other stuff like Marshall and other movies like that. But he's been a decent actor, but he hasn't been sort of wow factor of oh my God, this guy is absolutely amazing actor. I mean, it wasn't until he was cast as Black Panther that I think people really started to notice him, and he sort of shot up in the stratosphere. And it's nice to see him doing work and getting the love, but do you really think Chadwick Boseman is a top tier actor though? Because when I watch 21 Bridges, he's really good, but does he hold his own with all of these other actors? Does he hold his own with these people? That's tough to say, man. I think given the right material, I think he's really good. I think 21 Bridges is really good for him. I think he's a really great in it. He's really a gripping actor in this movie. He does a lot of really great action and drama, and he's really good in it. But I think it depends on the projects that he does, whether it's worth it for him to be a leading man material. I think he's great as Black Panther, but outside of that and maybe 21 Bridges, is he worthy of the leading man status? I don't really know if he is, man. Maybe on the occasion, but he's never going to compete with people like a Matt Damon or a Christian Bale or a Tom Hanks. People like that. Even somebody like a Ewan McGregor. I don't really think he's ever going to compete like that, man. He's good, but he's not great. Just my opinion. I don't know whether that's a controversial opinion or not, but that's what I think, man. I mean, definitely let me know what you think. But he is really good in 21 Bridges. It is a thrilling movie. He does a really great job, and so, give him credit where credit is due. When he does a good job, I definitely want to highlight that, and he did a great job here, so, it's worthy to check it out just for his performance alone, man. Not bad. Other than that, that does it for this section here. A lot of really great new releases, all the stuff, including Jojo Rabbit, which is really awesome, and that really great Midway exclusive. Not bad, guys. Let's see what else they got. Alright everybody, we are under the new TV releases where I am seeing they have the DVD of the complete first season of The Twilight Zone right here. I'm actually really surprised that they have this because I wasn't expecting the stores to really carry this title for some reason. I just thought it wasn't that big of a thing for people to carry, but I'm glad to see it here, man. And they have it for $27.99 instead of the $34.99. That's not a bad price at all, man. And I'm really liking the cover on this. They got the white sort of background here with sort of the black lettering and sort of looks like Jordan Peele sort of going into some sort of door or nothingness into sort of horror madness. Nice, man, nice. Now, I got a chance to check this out on CBS All Access. Now, I don't actually subscribe to CBS All Access. They had sort of this 7-day free trial thing, and I decided, fuck it, I might as well just give it a chance. So that's what I did, man. And I gotta be completely honest with you guys, because I'm not sort of the hugest fan of the old school Twilight Zone stuff. I mean, I respect it, and I've watched a ton of the old school black and white stuff through like various TV channels when they had reruns in the years, back in the day. I respect a lot of it, and I really feel like a lot of it was really groundbreaking for the time that it came out, like really said a lot about, social commentary back in the day and brought up a lot of really great ideas and was very creative and imaginative, and it was very groundbreaking for the time that it came out, man. And I think it still has a lot to say about the world years later, but I was more of a Tales from the Crypt guy, Tales from the Dark Side, that type of thing. Even though I respect the Twilight Zone, I didn't grow up with it, and it didn't sort of hit me like I think other people did. But I was kind of curious when I heard about the Twilight Zone coming back and they were going to reboot it. I was like, really? Like, do we really need that? I was just kind of like baffled. Like, why are we doing this? And so I was really hesitant going into this, but honestly, I'm going to be very real with you guys. I think this is a really great series, dude. I think they really pay homage to the old school Twilight Zone. They pay respect to it. It's not like they're regurgitating the same stuff. They're going out of their way to tell unique and different stories and to try to spin it in sort of the social commentary that we're dealing with today and bring up very bold ideas. And it's still very unique and creative for the times that we live in. It's not trying to rip off the old school Twilight Zone. It's trying to pay respect to it in a lot of ways. And I think Jordan Peele is really great here as the host. I think he tips his hat a little bit to Rod Serling, who was the previous host of the Twilight Zone many, many, many years ago, the old school one, and I think he's paying homage to him. I think he's respecting the material. I think that the show really is, and each episode is around like 50-ish minutes long, man, and it really is very mind-bending, and it has a lot of really creativity and a lot of horrific imagery and just really tries to give you a statement on the world, but yet try to scare you at the same time. I think it's really well done. And the actors they got in this thing were absolutely phenomenal, man. And you got some really great talent in here, man. Tracy Morgan, Seth Rogen, Greg Kinnear, John Cho. I mean, a lot of really, really great talented actors here. And I kept thinking to myself, like, they're doing the Twilight Zone. Like, really, you're going to get big talent. But they really did, man. People really love the old school Twilight Zone stuff and really wanted to come on this show and sort of pay their respects to the material. And I thought it was really well done, dude. I was not expecting much out of this. I thought it was just going to be a regurgitation type of thing, but I thought they really were creative and did a really wonderful job with this show. And I think not many people really know about it because being on CBS All Access, it was a streaming service, and maybe a lot of people haven't even heard about this sort of updated show. But now that it's on DVD and whatnot, hopefully people will give it a chance a little bit more. Hopefully it gets a little bit more exposure. But it was actually really surprisingly good, man. I was shocked by this. So definitely look into this, especially if you're an old school fan of the Twilight Zone series. It definitely honors it in a really great way, man. And also makes it its own thing as well. Not bad, man. Not bad at all. Definitely worth checking out, man. Other than that, that does it for over here. Actually, not bad selection and variety overall, man. Some pretty cool stuff this week. All right, let's head out. Not too bad this week, guys. Not bad at all, man. Like I said, when there's a good release week for physical media, Target definitely is on its game, and I think it definitely is this week for sure, man. I mean, we saw all the new releases on top of that great exclusive for Midway, and seeing the Twilight Zone Season 1, which, you know, for some reason I just didn't think stores were really going to carry it because, you know, it doesn't seem like something that people would be interested in carrying in the stores. But surprise, surprise, we saw that as well. And not bad physical media this week. Target is still on their game. Not bad at all, man. Pretty happy here. Hope you guys are too. Let's head to the third and final location and see what we can find. So, did I say we were going to the third location? Okay, I did. But we are making one pit stop before we go into Best Buy, and that is yet another Walmart. Yep, we are going into the Walmart that literally does not like me and literally has kicked me out before. But I have had quite the luck as of late filming in there and showing off some cool physical media and some indie releases. So hopefully the stuff that we didn't find at the last Walmart, we will definitely find here. So let's go into Walmart and take a chance one more time. All right, everybody, we are in at this Walmart over here, and I wanted to show off a couple of things over at this one that I know they have that the other one doesn't have. First of all, they do have the Jojo Rabbit ones that the other Walmart didn't have. They have the DVD for $19.96, the Blu-ray DVD digital for $22.96, and the 4K for $29.96, which we have not seen yet as well. So they do have the 4K there. I also wanted to show off a couple more things, and that is Snatchers over here, the Blu-ray DVD digital for $19.96, the DVD for $14.96. And I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, and my God, man, this thing was all kinds of fun, dude. I watched this, I didn't know what the hell I was in for, man, and I was pleasantly surprised. This is one really weird-ass movie, dude, about this chick young teen girl who ends up having sex for the first time with her boyfriend, and the next day she's like 9 months pregnant, and she realizes there's like this weird alien parasite that's grown inside her, and all the chaos that she has to deal with, and the blood and gore and comedy that ensues from there. It's so weird and bizarre, man. It really is. It's all kinds of fucking crazy, but it was so fun, man. It was so fun. It really was, dude. I really love this one so much. Honestly, I would highly recommend Snatchers, dude. It's definitely a horror comedy, but it's kind of a horror comedy for the sort of younger generation, but I had a lot of fun with this. It reminded me of Species 2, it reminded me of Alien, but with that sort of new age comedy vibe to it. Dude, it was really remarkable, dude. Really unique and weird, and I had a lot of fun with this one, dude. Honestly, highly recommend Snatchers, dude. Blood and gore and teen comedy all mixed in together. A weird one for sure, but really kind of delightful. Then I'm seeing they also have over here, they have American Zombieland, which looks really weird, dude. I was looking at the cover here. It's like lights, camera, run. I like the cover, man, of just Hollywood sign burning and zombies sort of overrunning the area. Oh, look at that. There's all coming at you. One we hoping that is about to have his life with a knows change. Is this like a horror comedy, or is this sort of like a serious horror film? Because it kind of has a vibe of like maybe horror comedy, because you know, of course, Zombieland is more horror comedy anyways, and American Zombieland is probably like that. Huh. I like a good zombie movie, but there's also moments where I know like a lot of bad movies take good zombie ideas and turn them into trash. So is this a good one or bad one? Let me know on that one, guys. And then the other thing I'm seeing is they have Clown Fear over here, the DVD. You'll die laughing. Look at that. These clowns don't come to the party. They are the party. Murderous clowns. Man, there has been so many movies about murderous clowns over the years, dude. It seems like evil clowns are coming back in a big way, dude. I mean, nobody can top Art the Clown, though. Art the Clown from Terrifier is truly terrifying. I mean, he would rip these clowns' faces off, dude. Pennywise and Art the Clown and all these other sort of really weird, sick, horrific clown movies, man. They're all like getting big again, dude. What are some other killer clown ones to recommend? Definitely let me know, guys. And then over here, I'm seeing they have the DVD of The Dawn. Look at that cover. Like wholesome on one side and really evil on the other side. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Jeez. Open wide. I mean, on my recurring nightmares, murders his family at the insistence of mysterious voices. The only survivor is the eldest daughter, Rose, to live in a convent. Oh. Convent and nun horror. God, we see a lot of this stuff, man. A lot of indie titles have like this weird sort of horrific nun horror type of movies, dude, where like nuns are like taken over by some sort of evil or plague or demonic entity or something. God, we see it all the time, man. I don't know how this one is. It kind of looks interesting, though. The cover is really cool, man. Definitely let me know what you think of The Dawn. And then I'm also seeing over here they have the Blu-ray of Disturbing the Peace for $14.96 and the DVD for $12.96 right here. Now, I ended up seeing this on Amazon Prime, guys, and I wanted to see it because of Guy Pearce, and I honestly was really pleasantly surprised. I thought this was going to be really generic, sort of lawman versus, you know, evil people sort of trash. But it was actually really good. I really liked the intensity of it. I like Guy Pearce here. Devon Sawa, who plays the main bad guy, is really cool. It's sort of this sort of lawman who has a lot of regrets and hardships, and he's confronted by this biker gang who wants to rob and steal from the town, and he has to sort of save the town and stop the bad guys, and it's honestly really good. Way better than it had any right to be, dude. I thought this was going to be like really predictable trash, and it is predictable to a lot of degree, but I thought it was really well done, dude. I was surprised how much I kind of liked Disturbing the Peace. Not bad at all, man. Not bad. All right, well, that does it over here for this Walmart. Actually, not bad titles. Just wanted to come in here and see some of the indie stuff that they had. Damn glad I did. Actually, I wasn't planning on coming into another Walmart, guys. I really wasn't, but I said, let's try coming into the one that has kicked me out before, because I want to press my luck again. Why not, right? So I figured, what the hell, let me try my hand one more time, and I'm glad I did, because there was a lot of cool indie titles that came out this week, stuff that the other Walmart didn't have, but I definitely wanted to see if they had it at this one, and they definitely did. And by the way, this one has so much more physical media goodness than the other one does. I mean, look at this. So much really great physical media, Over on the other side here where I showed off some of the stuff, a huge amount of physical media as well, man. Stuff in back of me too, all that stuff, a lot of physical media goodness. And as you'll notice, guys, actually they moved around the shelving and everything, because in the back of me there used to be the whole employee break room area, and now that's not there, so they definitely moved that as well. So they moved a lot of shelving and stuff around for, I don't know, maybe they're just deciding to move stuff for the new year or whatnot, but they did. But a lot of really great physical media here, a hell of a lot more than the other one. Like I said, not every Walmart is created equal, and I proved it right here, guys. But a lot of great stuff that the other Walmart didn't carry, but I definitely wanted to show off some cool titles that they had, man. Not bad at all. And they even had a display for Midway that the other Walmart didn't have, so they definitely did have a display for that too. Not half bad, guys. So a lot of cool stuff over here at this one, and not so much at the other one, but that's what happens, guys. All right, not bad at all. Glad I survived yet another Walmart. And again, glad they didn't cut my balls off. All right, everybody, we are at our third and final location, the Beast Best Buy. But before we go in, there's a couple of movie trailers that I wanted to talk to you guys about. The first being The Green Knight by A24. And you know, I'm not much for medieval movies. You know, if you guys have been watching the Out and Abouts enough, you know that I sometimes see these indie sort of medieval sword epics, and I'm kind of like, nah, I could care less about it, to be honest with you. I really could care less. But every so often, there's a medieval movie that comes around that really sort of piques my interest, and The Green Knight is one of those. It seems really unique and interesting, very haunting imagery here, and sort of off-kilter horror aspects to it that only A24 really picks these projects. I mean, I sometimes have a lot of love for A24, and there's some times where I feel like some of the movies that they choose to distribute are not always the greatest, but I tend to really like most of the stuff that they've done. They take these weird and quirky movies and give them wide releases, sort of quirky within the horror realm. Stuff like Hereditary and, you know, like Midsommar, stuff like that, where honestly other studios probably wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, but they end up giving it a chance. So I think that I'm willing to give this one an opportunity. I'm willing to give it a chance. It looks kind of like this knight or this sort of ruler of this kingdom is trying to prove himself. It seems very interesting. It looks very interesting. You know, like I said, it looks like it's got some horror elements in it, some really striking imagery. Again, will it be great? A24 to me is more hit than miss, but definitely hit and miss for sure. So I'm curious to see where this goes. So I encourage you guys to definitely check out the trailer and let me know your thoughts on that one. Then there's also The French Dispatch by Wes Anderson. Now, Wes Anderson, dude, this guy is one quirky mofo. He really honestly is, man. This dude is quirky as hell, man. I've always really in a lot of ways appreciated Wes Anderson, because he's one of those guys that just has a certain type of style and a certain type of sense of humor that not everybody gets, but you kind of appreciate what he does, man. I think this is one of those ones where you're like, okay, yeah, well, let's see how this is, you know? I mean, it's basically about this sort of magazine that has all these sort of quirky characters and individual stories about all of these sort of personalities that, you know, are in this paper, editors and writers, and you know, them just going on this adventure through many other stories that they're telling, and the magazine is the main focus of it, or at least that's what I'm getting from the trailer. The trailer is very mishmashy all over the place, but you definitely get Wes Anderson's style. You get Wes Anderson, the way he is as a director, how he goes about it. His style is all over this thing, man. And I like Wes Anderson. I mean, whether we're talking about the Royal Tenenbaums, or whether we're talking about The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, which, by the way, I really fucking enjoy, man. Uh, he's he's a very eclectic director. Stuff like Rushmore, The Fantastic Mr. Fox. He has a style and a unique way of filmmaking, all of his own. And all of the same players are here in a lot of his other movies. Tilda Swinton, Bill Murray, Adrian Brody, Owen Wilson. You've also got, Benicio del Toro in here. Timothée Chalamet, he's in here also. Frances McDormand. The cast here is incredible. And Wes Anderson gets amazing cast for his movies, dude. Like, for some reason, like, people go out of their way to want to work with Wes Anderson. And I don't really know if it's because they just love his quirky style, or because they're like, nobody else is doing movies like this guy, so we got to get in on this. I mean, give the dude credit. I don't love all of his movies. I think some are a little bit better told than others, but he's got a unique way to tell his stories, and he is a unique filmmaker, and you got to give him credit for that, man. There's a lot of films out there that are very standard, by the rules, the playbook, and this is what we do, and that's what it is. He doesn't go by that. And I really appreciate him as a filmmaker just for that alone, man. So I'm curious to check this one out, man. Definitely let me know what you think of that one and The Green Knight. In the meantime, let's head into the beast and see what Best Buy has in store for us this week. All right, everybody, we are in at Best Buy here, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray digital of Jojo Rabbit for $22.99 and the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital for $29.99. Now, I have to be honest, I've always been kind of fascinated by the Nazis and Hitler and all the sort of crazy stories that spun from it, sort of the blind loyalty and their culture and sort of all of the hatred and the propaganda that sort of spun from that. And I don't even know why I've been fascinated by it. I really have. And I think it might have all started watching sort of the Indiana Jones movies back in the day, and sort of the Nazi stuff there, and then sort of, the Hellboy stuff and sort of the cultish aspect of it. But then, getting into stuff like Schindler's List, which of course is extremely powerful and amazing. Stuff like The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, which is great as well. The Pianist, which is awesome. But I think there's a lot of other really interesting movies that sort of take this sort of Nazi culture and sort of spins it on its head and does something unique and interesting with it. Movies like The Great Dictator from Charlie Chaplin, I believe in 1940. The Man Who Killed Hitler and then the Bigfoot. I think that's a really unique movie, and I think something like Jojo Rabbit stands right with those. That sort of takes something that's really ultra serious and something that's very that could be very touchy for a lot of people, and turns it into something easily accessible for people to sort of understand, but make it entertaining in its own way. I think that's what really this movie really signals to me in a big bad way, man. And like I said, Taika Waititi is absolutely amazing, dude. I really do think he's sort of the next Mel Brooks of our time, and somebody who will take touchy subject matter and really spins it in a way that you can laugh at it, but you can also get a message out of it as well. I think the movie is absolutely phenomenal, man. I really honestly do. And like I said, movies like Inglourious Basterds or The Great Dictator or stuff like that, is they take this really harsh reality and makes you want to know more by the simple fact of the filmmakers making the subject matter into something that's not going to offend you so much. I mean, for me, that's how I look at it. I sort of like taking a different turn into a way you see a story, and I think that's what Taika Waititi did here, just like Quentin Tarantino did with Inglourious Basterds, and so did Charlie Chaplin as well. I think these guys know their subject matter, know how to make it well enough for people to really feel entertained, but yet feel informed about what they're watching. I do, man. I really feel this is very interesting stuff, man. And I think the movie is all kinds of brilliant. It's funny, it's heartfelt, it has a great message to it. It's one of the great ones, guys. If you haven't caught it yet, definitely do it, guys. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Actually, Academy Award-winning Jojo Rabbit, and very well deserved, man. Not bad at all. This has audio commentary from Taika. It has Inside Jojo Rabbit, deleted scenes, and more. Not bad special features, but again, the movie is very well worth it for the comedy aspect of it, and just the fact that they take the piss out of Hitler and the Nazis. And as a Jew, come on, I always have fun with that. Then over here, I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD digital of 21 Bridges for $22.99, and you know, this movie is sort of in the same vein as movies like Copland, I would say Street Kings, like that. By the way, Street Kings, I think, is vastly underrated, dude. I love Keanu in that movie, and Copland, too. Not many people really talk about Copland anymore, and they really should, because Copland is way better than people ever give it credit for. I mean, De Niro, and you have a great turn by Stallone, man. I mean, that's got to get mentioned more. But another one I was thinking of is The Corruptor with Mark Wahlberg and Chow Yun-Fat. That's another one people don't really talk about, man. That's a really cool one where they have to fight these gangs and corrupt cops, and that's a really unique one that no one ever talks about. So I'm giving it some love here, man. Definitely check out The Corruptor, especially if you're a fan of early Mark Wahlberg and some Chow Yun-Fat martial arts action, man. Definitely check that one out. But this one is in the same vein as those guys. It's a good movie. It's a great sort of bad cop, good cop thriller. Kind of reminds me of that one I talked about a while back, Black and Blue, as well. I like a good bad cop, good cop sort of scenario movie, and this one definitely sort of scratches that itch. Is it as good as something like Copland or The Corruptor or stuff like that? I'm not so sure, guys, but I really do enjoy this one, though, for what it was, and I had a good time with it, man. It's not half bad. You get deleted scenes, trailer, and a feature commentary with the director and editor. Not bad special features, guys. And like I said, if you're into that sort of, you know, cop thriller action genre, and there's some really great ones in there that I didn't even mention, definitely give this one a look, man. Then over here I'm seeing they have Avatar: The Last Bender. It looks like the complete series for the 15th anniversary Steelbook limited edition. Look at this thing, man. Whoa. Look at this, dude. That looks really cool, man. Wow. That looks really nice, dude. Oh, look, and there is the Steelbooks on the inside. Oh, nice. Huh. Wow. Dude, honestly, I've only ever watched the M. Night Shyamalan live-action Avatar one, and I know, too, that's not anything to go off of, because that movie's really dog shit. It's really bad, man. I've heard so many good things about Avatar: The Last Bender. Everyone says it's a really great sort of anime, that people really love it, that it's one of the best out there. I've never gotten a chance to watch it. I didn't even know that it was like a Nickelodeon thing, dude. That's really awesome. Wow, 15 years, dude. Man, time flies. Huh. Man, not bad, dude. You guys, definitely let me know. Is Avatar worth it? Is this... Well, obviously, it's better than the movie. Let's not split hairs here, dude. But... this looks really cool, man. If you're a lover of Avatar, haven't watched any of them, maybe give it a chance. But if you love it and haven't picked up anything yet, this looks really killer, dude. Definitely check this one out, man. That is really nice. Nice. And on Steelbook, like I said, this is not a Steelbook, but on the inside, you get all the Steelbooks, and that's really cool, dude. Wow, that's nice. Yeah, definitely give that one a look, man. I'm also seeing over here they have the Blu-ray DVD digital of A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood for $19.99. The 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital for $24.99. And, you know, I love Mr. Rogers, dude. I really do. And actually, out of a lot of, like, sort of influencers, he hasn't really had much made about him. There was that documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor, which is really fantastic, and that would make a really great double feature with A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, sort of diving into more Fred Rogers. But there's also another documentary to look at that I would recommend to you guys, and that is actually Speedy Delivery. And it's actually a documentary that was made 2008, 2009, somewhere around there. And it's about the guy who played Mr. McFeely on the show. And it's about his life and everything. And very interesting documentary. If you guys have never checked that one out, definitely do it. I believe it's a British documentary if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong on that one. But it's an interesting one though. Like I said, there's not been many documentaries or many movies made about Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. There really wasn't. And I'm kind of hoping that maybe there is more. Maybe a movie like this really opens the door to doing a full-on biopic of Mr. Rogers and a full-on biopic of the show itself. I would love to actually see that, guys. But in the meantime, this definitely scratches the itch for sure. And like I said, it's a really great movie. And it just is a movie about kindness and about helping people out and, you know, being a good person. And honestly, nowadays, a lot of that has gotten lost. And I really wish we could get back to that, because there's a lot of hatred in this world, man. And movies like this really teaches us that, you know, there is a lot of good in this world to really live for. And I hope people really take the great message out of this movie, because it really is worth it, man, for sure. You have over 15 minutes of additional scenes, blooper reel, Tom Hanks as Fred Rogers, making of, filmmaker commentary, much more. Actually, a lot of great special features on this thing, man. Not bad for special features at all, dude. Like I said, it's a really great movie. It's a touching story. Tom Hanks is absolutely brilliant as Fred Rogers. And honestly, this is one of the good ones, man. It really is. You know, Mr. Rogers was an icon. You know, there's not going to be anybody like him ever again, unfortunately. And the world is lesser for him not being in it right now, man. Honestly, it is. But it's nice to have a slice of that watching this movie for sure, man. And not bad, actually, special releases so far. I mean, you've got the Mr. Rogers' Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. You've got the Avatar one, which that looks really cool here. 21 Bridges, and of course, Jojo Rabbit here. Not bad at all. Some pretty good media so far. Let's see what else Best Buy's got. Alright, we're on the other side of the new releases here, and I'm also seeing they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital of Midway for $24.99, and yet another exclusive for Midway, a Best Buy exclusive 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital steelbook right here. Another steelbook, man. So Target is competing with Best Buy here in the steelbook category. Very interesting, man, and a very different steelbook than we saw over at Target. I don't know which one I kind of like better. I honestly, I actually kind of like both steelbooks. Looking at this one, this is really cool. I like this one quite a bit, but I also like the one at Target too, man. I think they're both really standout steelbooks, man. They're really cool. I like them both, man. They're not bad, actually. Really cool. Let me know which one you guys like more. I really can't pick. I mean, again, very different artwork from this right here, man. And I think, again, I really like this artwork right here, so it's kind of hard to pick which one I like better, but this is really good artwork, though, man. Not bad, man. Well, you know, I gotta talk about other sort of war movies that I really do enjoy, that I can compare Midway to in some way. I mean, not completely, but I mean, you have the ones that people really know about, you know, the Saving Private Ryans of the world and everything that, of course, people have seen already. But I mean, I look at stuff like The Bridge Over the River Kwai, which is really great. Also, The Thin Red Line, which is a really great movie. I really love The Thin Red Line quite a bit, man. It's actually, I think, way better than people ever give it credit for. I think I think it came out actually around the same time as Saving Private Ryan, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it got lost in the shuffle because Saving Private Ryan is so good and it's so masterfully done that I think, like, people kind of ignored the Thin Red Line. But I'm telling you guys, I really love that one. That's a great one. I also really do love probably Pearl Harbor. And I'm going to compare Pearl Harbor the most with Midway because I think Pearl Harbor, I think it's better done than Midway is. I think it does better with the characters and the personal stories. I think the action in Pearl Harbor is amazing. It's absolutely stunning. Michael Bay does an amazing job with that movie. But actually, I kind of think you could almost do a double feature of Pearl Harbor and Midway, and it would be really unique and interesting, like two war movies from two like really blow 'em up action directors. Kind of make a night of it, man. That would be really cool. That would be a great double feature, man. Honestly, that really would be, man. But I think, honestly, Pearl Harbor is a better movie, a better well-made movie compared to Midway. I mean, I got to give Roland Emmerich credit here. He went out of his way to make a movie that really honors the soldiers and honors the struggles that they went through. But I don't think it can hold a candle to other movies like Pearl Harbor or even The Thin Red Line, which I really love, man. But another one I'll talk about is Letters from Iwo Jima and Flags of Our Fathers, which is really good, man. I really love Flags of Our Fathers and Letters from Iwo Jima, and the reason why is because Flags of Our Fathers shows the one side of the war from the American side, and Letters from Iwo Jima shows it from the Japanese side. And it's two very different movies that has two very different perspectives. But I really like that quite a bit, and this tries to go for that as well. Did it ultimately succeed? I think it did halfway. I think the action is really, really great here. I think there's a really heroic story about these men who really were trying to sort of fight for America and the American dream. But can it stack up with other war movies? That's really hard to say, man. I mean, definitely let me know what you think of Midway, man. But regardless, it's a really cool steelbook, man. It's a really cool steelbook here, and Best Buy did a really great job with this. This looks phenomenal, dude. Honestly. You get here audio commentary, a bunch of featurettes talking about Midway, theatrical trailer, and much more. Very, very interesting. I always really love when they do these really great sort of additions for movies, and they talk about sort of the actual real life stuff with like the war and talking to people who have survived it, and the documentaries on sort of the struggles and everything from back in the day. I always find that stuff so fascinating, man. So it seems like some good special features that are diving into not only the movie, but the history of Midway as well. If you're a fan of war movies, it's not the best war movie I think you'll ever see, but I think it's pretty adequate, man. And I think you'll definitely enjoy it, especially if you love things like Letters from Iwo Jima and Pearl Harbor. I think this one will definitely be good to check out, man, for sure. And there was actually two steelbooks, and somebody came and took the other steelbook, so I'm kind of glad I showed this one off, because this is the last one, and I have a feeling this one is definitely going to go. People have definitely been taking Midway and been like buying it, because this one has been really popular for sure, man. I've been at a lot of stores so far where people are just buying this up, dude. So if you guys are into the movie, definitely pick up the exclusives, because they may not last for long, man. That's for sure. Well, that's it over here in the new release section. Not bad so far. Let's see what else they got. Alright, everybody, we are over in this section of Best Buy, and first thing I'm seeing here is they do have the Blu-ray DVD digital of Midway for $19.99. They did have the 4K up front and the exclusive, and they also have the Blu-ray DVD digital in the back here. So they do have all three of them. They don't have the DVD, but Best Buy sometimes rarely carries DVDs, so it doesn't really surprise me too much, but they do have that over here. They also end up having over here the Blu-ray of Disturbing the Peace for $14.99. Now, I gotta say, man, like I said, this movie was a really pleasant surprise for me. I wasn't really expecting much out of it, but after watching the movie, I'm realizing, like, Guy Pearce makes everything better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what Guy Pearce is in, he always makes the movie better, man. I remember first seeing Guy Pearce in. God, I'm almost thinking that I had to see him at first in Memento. And Memento just blew my fucking mind away, dude. I was like, this is amazing. And Guy Pearce was killer in it. He was so fantastic in it. And not only that, but then I think the next thing I saw him in was Ravenous. And I was like, Ravenous is so great, guys. Honestly, I love Ravenous so much. Like, he was licking me. I was like, that is so great of a movie, dude. One really weird and fucked up movie about cannibalism, but god damn, it's so great. And he's great in it, dude. And then seeing him in LA Confidential, and he was really awesome in LA Confidential. I love that one as well. That's really great. And he's really done a lot of really great, interesting work. And even if the movie's not good, like something like Lockout, which isn't great, but he's really good in it, he really makes the movie better. And I would also say, even something like Prometheus, where he had a role in that, and I thought he did a really great job in that movie as well. So he just makes everything better. Guy Pearce is such a great actor and such an underrated actor. I don't think we really give Guy Pearce enough credit, man, but we really should, dude. Really phenomenal actor, man, honestly. And a movie like this that's really kind of generic and paint by numbers ends up being really great because of his performance. And I think even Devon Sawa does a really great job here, man. So yeah, this was a really pleasant surprise, man. I wasn't expecting much, but a really good like lawman fighting the bad guys movie. Really good though. You do get making of Disturbing the Peace, and that's about it. But for $14.99, not a bad one. Definitely give it a chance though. I'm also seeing they have the Twilight Zone, the complete first season Blu-ray for $37.99. And it's kind of interesting because I think we're like starting to bring these things back. Like everything comes back around eventually. Have you guys noticed that? I mean, really, everything comes back at some point. Like, I wasn't expecting Twilight Zone to come back, and here it did. And I remember that they were supposed to do Tales from the Crypt, like a reboot of that with M. Night Shyamalan. They were supposed to do that on, like, TNT or something, and that got sort of the axe after a while. I really don't know why. Maybe M. Night couldn't fit it into a schedule or something, but yeah, they were supposed to do that. I've heard, obviously, they're doing a reboot of Amazing Stories on Apple TV. I believe there's even talk of Tales from the Dark Side, or at least I've heard rumblings about it. So everything is sort of coming back around eventually, man. Do I like that? I don't know, guys. I really don't know about that. I mean, it's great to see Twilight Zone getting a sort of reinvention, especially to update it for modern times and being more socially relevant. There's a lot of great things about this. I think they did it well. When you look at something like a Tales from the Crypt, it was very pulpy for the time that it came out with the Crypt Keeper and everything. Can you really replicate that again, especially doing something on TNT? It would have to be on some sort of streaming service or HBO again, where you can really like go for the gore and blood again. And I just don't think you can. Here, I think they pulled it off because, again, at CBS All Access, they can do a little bit more. It kind of works. I think it worked here. I don't think it would work for something like Tales from the Crypt or Tales from the Dark Side. Maybe for Amazing Stories it might, though. It might on that one, guys. But I still think, honestly, I wasn't expecting much from this one, and it honestly really did end up surprising me. And also, honestly, I can't blame for the fact that this thing got made because of Jordan Peele. When you become a big name in a genre like horror or something like that, and you've proven yourself, I think you can end up doing now whatever project. You can go to a streaming service or a company and say, hey, I want to do a reboot of Twilight Zone. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And they'll do it because you have the clout to do it now. I think, 5 or so years ago, would this have happened under Jordan Peele? Not a no damn way. No, not a single way it would have happened, man. But now he's able to do it because he's gotten clout and he's been successful. So, success breeds, more passion project that you want to do. It's just how it goes, man. But definitely give this one a look, dude. By far, I wasn't expecting much for a reinvention of Twilight Zone, but it really honestly surprised me, man, in a big bad way. You get here. Oh, black and white versions. That's really cool. I wish more sort of DVDs and Blu-rays would come with black and white versions of stuff, because, man, those are really cool. Sort of the difference between color and black and white is really stunning at times. Living in the Twilight Zone, remembering Rod Serling, audio commentaries, gag reel. Yeah, a lot of great stuff here, man. They definitely gave a lot of great special features on here, and it's honestly a show that's definitely worth it, man. Like I said, I'm more of a Twilight Zone. Well, no, I'm actually more of a Tales from the Crypt fan, but that's sort of the era that I grew up in. I appreciate Twilight Zone, but yeah. But this one was worth checking out, guys, honestly. Then they also over here have the Blu-ray DVD digital of Snatchers for $19.99. I'm so glad we got to see this here as well, man, and not just over at Walmart. I love horror comedies, dude. I do. I think horror comedies are really great. I think they're brilliant. I love them. And I find a lot of horror comedies are very... I think they're very underrated and undernoticed. And it's not until years later that people really find them. Like, you look at something like the Evil Dead series, or something like Idle Hands or something, where I think at the time when they came out, I think people were kind of scratching their heads and not sure what the hell was going on. And then I think years later they appreciate the humor and they appreciate what they were trying to attempt. This movie kind of reminds me of something like Teeth or Slither. And those are really great horror comedies that didn't get a lot of love at first either. And I think Snatchers is one of them. Like I said, it reminds me of really great stuff, like I said, from old school horror comedies, but has that sort of newer generation spin on it, which is really cool, man. Honestly, I wasn't expecting anything. And again, when she sort of wakes up and is 9 months pregnant and this sort of weird alien pops out of her vagina, like, I was like, okay, where the hell is this thing going, man? I was like, what is happening right now? But it has a very tongue-in-cheek quality, and it really works, man. It's a horror comedy for the younger generation, but I don't know if the younger generation is going to appreciate it as much as we, as horror comedy lovers, would appreciate it. You know what I mean? Maybe once they got older, they would appreciate it more. But it's one I think that people are going to find over time. But I'm definitely saying, definitely check out Snatchers. It's really good, man. And it reminded me, like, the weird pregnancy stuff reminded me of, like, Species 2. The alien stuff reminded me of Alien and Aliens. All the cool horror comedy sort of nods. It's really cool, dude. I can't recommend Snatchers enough, man. I was pleasantly surprised by this one in a big bad way. And you've got commentary, blooper reel, behind the scenes looks, okay special features, not bad. $19.99, not a bad price. Definitely give this one a look, man, for sure. That is really, really cool, man. And then one other thing I'm noticing over here, guys, is that I believe last week, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a couple weeks ago, I showed you guys that all of the Marvel and the Disney animated steelbooks here at Best Buy had went down in price. It went down about, $19.99, $14.99, somewhere around there. Now I'm noticing actually a week or two later, they've now went back up in price, man. Like, these are now $34.99. Tangled is $34.99. Oh, geez, what else here? Ratatouille is $29.99. Maleficent, $34.99. Inside Out, $29.99. Finding Dory and Finding Nemo, $29.99 as well. Moana is $34.99 here. Oh, wow, man. Yeah, those ones went up in a big bad way. I think there's some more over here. Yeah, they have the Aladdin one for $34.99 as well. The 101 Dalmatians one for $29.99. Sleeping Beauty as well. Damn, man. Like, I wish they would keep it at one price because it's like 1 week it's like a really good price, and the next week they go back up to like $29.99 or $34.99, man. It's kind of crazy, dude. Like, you don't really know until you come in here, man, because like I tell you guys about a really good sale, and then it goes back. Like, the sale needs to happen for more than a week. You know what I mean? Like, some people just find out about the sale like this week, and then they come in here and they're like, wait a minute, what fucking sale? They're $34.99, man. Like, that's weird, dude. Like, I don't know whether it's Best Buy making the prices or whether it's Disney that they just say, hey, look, 1 week is $19.99, the next week is $34.99. Like, somebody's got to make up their damn mind, dude, because that is weird, man. That is really odd, dude. But yeah, I just noticed that. I noticed stuff like that for the high price, and I'm like, well, shit, that didn't last very long. So I kind of wanted to show that off, just saying how weird that is, man. It's sort of the flip flop every single week of like a good sale and then a bad sale. Keeps flip flopping, man. God, really weird stuff, I'm telling you. So I was about to head out the door. Okay, I was about to go and head out the door and be done, and then I noticed some really cool releases. Some really cool Scream Factory and Shout Select titles that I have never seen here at Best Buy before, man. I'm actually really excited about this because this is some of the first time I'm seeing some of these titles here, and I gotta show them off, guys, because there's about one or two of each of the titles. If I don't show them off, I may never see them again here, so I gotta show you guys, man. It's really cool to see them here because we rarely do, so I gotta give them some love. The first sort of specialty release I'm seeing, guys, yo, yeah, the Slumber Party Massacre Steelbook by Scream Factory, due for $19.99. Oh man, this is really cool to see this here, dude. And look at that. That is an awesome, awesome Steelbook. He's ready to put that drill right in that chick's body. Yeah, look at that. That is an awesome, awesome limited Steelbook, dude. Oh man. This is cool seeing this here. Oh, that's great. Oh, man. I haven't watched this movie in such a long time, dude. I remember watching it and having a really fun time with this movie. It's gory, it's over the top, it's ridiculous, but I really enjoy it, and I love sort of the killer's drill there. It's really cool and just over the top, man. I thought it was really cool for the time, man. It's been so long since I've seen it, but it was a really cool slasher back in the day. You know, being sort of a horror movie lover, like when I was younger, I would just sort of try to devour any horror stuff I could find, dude, or anything I could like know about, or my friends recommended it to me, and one of them was Slumber Party Massacre, and I'm like, what? And I remember watching it, just having a ball with it, dude. It's a really fun horror movie. It's pretty cool, man, honestly. And I remember seeing Slumber Party Massacre 2 and 3 long time ago, dude. I remember kind of liking 2, but not so much 3. But they've been so long since I've seen any of them, dude. But that's really cool that Best Buy has this, man. It's a really nice steelbook. And some pretty cool special features, man. Audio commentary, interview with one of the actors, the making of Slumber Party Massacre. Not bad, man. If you are a fan of some good old bloody sort of 80s carnage and over-the-top horror, definitely check out Slumber Party Massacre, man. Pretty damn cool. They also have over here the 40th anniversary edition Shout Select release for The Jerk. Oh man, that's really cool, dude. Nice, for $22.99, not bad of a price. I was born a poor black child. Oh, that's great. Oh man, that's cool that they have The Jerk. Oh god, I haven't seen this movie in so long, dude. Oh my god, I used to love this movie, man. I used to watch it ad nauseum, dude. Steve Martin is so great. This is such a stupid movie. Like, there's certain comedies that are just flat out stupid, and this is one of them, but it's sort of fun stupid. Like, you sort of laugh along with how ridiculous and just sort of corny it is. But it's so great, dude. Like, I love I love the scene where he's at the gas station and the guy is shooting at him, and he's like, "Oh my God, he's shooting the cans!" Like it's like, no, you idiot, he's shooting you. Like it's like oh dude, I think this thing is so fantastic. Steve Martin is so awesome in this movie, man. I love this so much. God, that's so really cool to see this over at Best Buy, man. It really honestly is. Oh, guys, if you have not checked out The Jerk, you know, it's not the smartest comedy. Really, it's not. And it's definitely not PC, not in the least bit. I mean, they can never make The Jerk now. I mean, if they remade The Jerk now, it would be so watered down, it would be ridiculous, dude. They could never make this movie now, man. But honestly, it is so good. And you just laugh your ass off at how ridiculous Steve Martin is, man. But it's so fun, man. Honestly, it is, dude. Wow. And a lot of really great special features, man. Huh. Not bad. Dude, definitely check out the Jerk for sure, man. And then I'm also seeing over here, they do have that collector's edition Scream Factory release of Vampires for $21.99. And that is really awesome that they have this too, dude. Damn. Dude, I love me some Carpenter. I do, man. Carpenter is one of my favorite directors of all time. I think he is still to this day vastly underrated. I mean, yes, people I think appreciate him way more now than they did then, but I think there's still a lot of his titles that people still don't really appreciate like they should, and I think Vampires is one of them, dude. He sort of took the Western ideas and sort of put it in a vampire movie. I love everybody in here, man. Daniel Baldwin is awesome here. James Woods is great as Jack Crow. He is one badass motherfucker. I love him in this movie so goddamn much. I think this is a really underrated Carpenter film, and it's not the best Carpenter, but I really do enjoy it, man. I think it's kind of fun. I enjoy this quite a bit, dude. I love sort of the vampire kills here. I love the blood and the gore. I think it's a fun vampire flick. I really do, man. And a fun little fact, Daniel Baldwin actually comes into my work from time to time because I think his mother lives around my area, and so he comes in with his mom a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, I own this edition, and there has been times where I've wanted to go up to Daniel Baldwin and like, can you please sign my Blu-ray? Like, I really want to, but I feel so bad, dude, because I'm like, I really don't want to go up to him because he's just shopping with his mother and he's having something to eat, and I kind of feel like a real jerk going up to him, but I really want him to sign my Blu-ray, dude. So I don't know if I'll ever have the actual like balls to go up to him or not, but it's kind of cool to see him at my work from time to time. But I should just say, dude, I'm a big fan of Vampires, man. You were awesome in it. One day I'll do it. One day I'll find the courage, man. But definitely check this one out if you haven't, dude. This is really cool that they have this here, man. And a lot of really great special features as well, man. Definitely, if you love vampire flicks, definitely check this one out. And I'm also seeing over here, guys, they have the collector's edition Blu-ray of Dawn of the Dead, the remake, man, for $17.99. That's really cool that they have this here too, man. Nice. Look at that. Really great slip, dude. Oh, awesome. Dude, I love this, man. You know, I talk a lot about how there's some really shitty horror remakes out there. In fact, 90% of the horror remakes are really shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they're pure crap, man. But there's a handful of that are really great, and Dawn of the Dead is one of them. I remember seeing Dawn of the Dead in the movie theater. I think I saw it with Bob, man, and we were like, oh God, okay, how are they gonna stack up against George frickin' Romero, dude? But they did such a great job with Dawn of the Dead, man. I mean, they paid homage to the old school Dawn of the Dead, but yet made it their own as well, and sort of made it more grittier and more brutal. And I thought they did a great job here. Now, everybody sort of talks about how, oh, you know, I don't like the running zombies and I like the slower zombies, and I guess I get the complaint, but I've never had an issue with the running zombies. In fact, for me, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I think they're even more fucking scary, dude. Like, you can't get away from these motherfuckers. Like, literally, like, you better be a triathlete or a fucking Usain Bolt in order to get away from these fuckers, dude, I'd be dead. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'd be like dinner, or like an appetizer or some shit, man. Like I'd be done. Like these zombies are brutal, man. I love this movie so much, man. The brutality of it, the blood and gore. I love Sarah Polley in here so much, dude. This is an awesome movie, dude. I love this thing so goddamn much. It's a great zombie film. Ton of special features here, man. Theatrical version and unrated. I actually prefer the unrated over the theatrical. I think the unrated has some cool little bits that the theatrical didn't have. In this case, I prefer the unrated. Sometimes the theatrical, but I prefer the unrated in here, man. But this is really cool, guys. Honestly, this is another really great one to check out. Then over here, guys, I'm seeing they have the Scream Factory Blu-ray Collector's Edition of Candyman. Now, this one is without the slip, but it's really cool to see this one here as well, man. Oh, dude. I love Candyman, dude. It's one of the best horror films of the 90s. Tony Todd is absolutely terrifying as Candyman here, dude. I love, like, him, like, with the bees and everything. Like, dude, that creeped me the fuck out, dude. It really honestly did. It's a great, great horror movie, man. It really honestly is. I think it's actually one of the horror movies that honestly defined the 90s to me. It really did. And there's a lot of really great horror in the 90s. I know a lot of people really shit on the 90s for horror, but honestly, I think it's better than people give it credit for sure, man. Candyman 2 and 3. I kind of like Candyman 2. I'm not in love with it, but I kind of like it. Candyman 3, not so much. The first Candyman, the original, is the tits, man, for sure. I know they're doing that remake, which I'm really on edge about, because I'm like, ooh, this is so good, man. I don't know about making a remake to this, but honestly, we'll see how it stacks up, man. But collector's edition of Candyman is phenomenal, and you guys definitely got to get up on this one for sure. Oh, and I'm also seeing they have the Blu-ray collector's edition of John Carpenter's They Live for $14.99. Now, this is, again, doesn't have the slip to it, but it's really cool to see this here, man. I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Oh, great. Man, Roddy Piper is fucking phenomenal in this movie, dude. He is great in here, man. Keith David is really fantastic here as well, dude. This is a John Carpenter classic, man, no doubt about it, man. I love sort of the aliens here with the weird faces, and I love sort of the campiness and the B-movie quality here. And this has, I don't care what anyone has, this has the best fight of all time, dude, between Roddy Piper and Keith David, dude. This has the best fight, man, by far, dude. It honestly, like, it's so long and over the top, and I just love every moment of it, dude. It's so great, man. I think, like, South Park ended up, like, parodying it at one point, dude. It was so great, man. It's such a great pulpy movie, dude. I love it. Oh, so fantastic, man. Oh, God. Dude, I love this movie so much, man. I already own this. I have it with the slip. But, dude, like I said, man, Carpenter is just phenomenal, and he's really awesome. And movies like They Live, dude, just never go out of style for me, dude. I love it so much. Audio commentary, interview with Carpenter, making of. Not bad, man. Not bad at all, dude. Really, really awesome. And I also want to give a shout out to Meg Foster here, because Meg Foster is really awesome in this movie as well. And I remember meeting Meg Foster at one of the horror conventions, and Meg was so really nice about this movie and talked about Roddy and talked about Carpenter and how she loved working on the movie, and how Carpenter was so nice and loving to her, and she just had a ball making this movie. And I only hear really great things about Carpenter, dude, and one day I'd love to meet him. I really would, man. I don't know what I'd have him sign, dude. Like, I have most of his movies. Maybe They Live? Possibly. Such a great movie, dude. Then they also have the Shout Select release of the 30th anniversary edition, When Harry Met Sally, for $21.99. This is a great movie, dude. I'll have what she's having. Like, that's great. I love Billy Crystal. I love Meg Ryan. And dude, Meg Ryan back in the day was absolutely phenomenal. She was gorgeous. I loved her as an actress so much, dude. She was amazing. You know, Joe versus the Volcano, You've Got Mail, When Harry Met Sally. The list goes on. Meg Ryan was she was one of my favorites from back in the day. She really was, and her and Billy Crystal have great chemistry together. This movie is directed by Rob Reiner. He does an amazing job here. It's such a great classic romantic comedy. Honestly, they really don't make romantic comedies like this anymore. They really don't, dude. This is so great, man. The laughs are great. The romance is great. Highly recommend this one for sure, man. Bunch of great special features here as well. Really great, dude. Honestly, highly recommend When Harry Met Sally by far. I'm also seeing they have another Shell Select release of Trespass for $19.99 collector's edition here. Now, I have never seen this movie before. It's got a great cast here. William Sadler, Ice Cube, Ice-T, Bill Paxton. They all came to the wrong place at the wrong time. I've heard really good things about Trespass, man. I've heard people really do like the movie quite a bit. Think it's really tense, very thrilling. I've never gotten a chance to watch it, but I kind of want to check this one out, dude, because I love Bill Paxton, man. And it's so sad that Bill Paxton is no longer with us anymore, dude, but he was so awesome as an actor, man. He did some really interesting sort of horror and sort of action thriller stuff that doesn't get mentioned a lot, and I think Trespass might be one of those, dude. Him and William Sadler together, that's got to be one hell of a team, dude. And directed by Walter Hill. What a great director Walter Hill is. And a bunch of great featurettes. I may have to check this one out by far, dude. Definitely let me know what you guys think of Trespass. Oh, and then over here, guys, it's Alive Trilogy, the Scream Factory box set, man. This is really cool for $32.99. Look at this sucker, man. Nice. It's Alive Again, and Island of the Alive. Nice. Oh, that's really cool. Look at that weird freak killer baby. Oh, God. Oh, man. Nice. Ugh. Now, I watched the first It's Alive years ago, man. Back in sort of like my teen years. And, you know, I thought it was really weird and bizarre, gory, over the top. And I loved every goddamn second of it. I thought It's Alive was really cool and really fun. I really liked it a lot, man. But I never actually saw 2 and 3. I never saw It Lives Again, and I never saw Island of the Alive. Did they sort of match up to the first one? Because the first one was, again, really sort of weird and crazy and ridiculous, but I really did enjoy it quite a bit, man. And Larry Cohen is such an interesting director, man. Even movies that he did, like something like The Stuff, which was really sort of weird, over the top, with this sort of like weird, sort of almost like marshmallow-like stuff that is sort of like Alien or something. Really weird stuff he always did. Even like Q the Winged Serpent, I believe he did as well, which is a pretty cool flick as well, man. He's a really good director, man. I may have to at one point actually check out It Lives Again and Island of the Alive. Definitely let me know if those ones are worth it, guys. This is a really great box set, though, man. This looks great, dude. This looks really cool, man. And a lot of cool special features here. New 2K scans, audio commentaries, still galleries. Not bad, man. Not bad at all. That's really cool, dude, that they have this. I was not expecting Best Buy to carry this one, man. $32.99, not a bad price for that, dude. And then the other thing I'm seeing, it's not a Scream Factory or Shout Factory title, but I wanted to show it off. And that is the DVD trilogy set of Beverly Hills Cop, the 3-movie collection right here, for actually $8.99. And that's a really great price, man. That is a really great price for this, dude. It really honestly is. And this is a really great movie series. I mean, I really like Eddie Murphy in these ones a lot, dude. Well, I mean, I say I kind of like him. I mean, I mean, I like Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop is awesome. I think Beverly Hills Cop is absolutely great. It's goddamn classic. And Beverly Hills Cop 2, it's kind of weird because my friend John and I at one point we were talking about Beverly Hills Cop 2 and we were saying we find a lot of people don't like Beverly Hills Cop compared to the first Beverly Hills one. And we're like, we think the second one is just as good as the first one, dude. I mean, we love sort of the story there. We love sort of him getting out of Detroit and going to sort of LA and sort of Axel Foley sort of bringing his sort of Detroit style to LA. We thought that was really cool, man. I thought that was really interesting, dude. I really loved it. I thought it was a hell of a lot of fun. Beverly Hills Cop 3, shit, man. Beverly Hills Cop 3 is, oh, dude, is really not good, man. And I love Axel. I love these characters, but Beverly Hills Cop 3 is not that great, man. Unfortunately, it's really not. It's sort of, unfortunately, kind of lacking. It's almost kind of like the watered down version of the previous two films, unfortunately. I mean, really, it is. Uh, I think he like sort of goes to like Wonderworld or something. He like goes to Wonderworld and has to figure out some sort of plot to take over some sort of like amusement park or some bullshit like that. Yeah, I didn't like that one, man. I mean, it's not bad, but it really pales in comparison to the first two. Really does, man. I mean, I heard they're actually going to be making a fourth Beverly Hills Cop. Like I know, like sort of we're in sort of a resurgence period for Eddie Murphy, man, after the Dolomite thing, and I know he just filmed the Coming to America sequel, and they're talking about doing a Beverly Hills Cop 4. At one point, I think they were supposed to be doing a TV series as well with like Axel Foley's son or something. Like, I'd kind of be interested in another Beverly Hills Cop, but a part of me is kind of like, you know what? Let's ease off of that, okay? Let's pump the brakes, man, because you know Beverly Hills Cop 3 didn't light the world on fire, and you know him having to go to Wonderworld or whatever the fuck place it was. Like I'm like, yeah, okay, let's not do another watered down version. Let's do some sort of cool, sort of hip action comedy movie that's more in the vein of what Eddie was doing like in the 80s, man. Like that's what I want to see, dude. I don't know if we're ever going to get it again, but the first two Beverly Hills Cops are definitely the best out of the three for sure, man. That's really cool that they have that. I know this came out a little while back, man, but I hadn't seen it anywhere, so this was really cool to see this here at Best Buy, man. Not bad, man. And a lot of really cool releases to check out, man. From It's Alive to Beverly Hills Cop, the trilogy to so much more, dude. I mean, there was a lot of cool stuff to check out, man. A lot of great media to show off. It's always really great coming into Best Buy and showing off the media. I love it so much, dude. For me, it's always a pleasure. And this time around, the trip was definitely worth it. All right, guys, let's head out. There is some pretty cool physical media here this week, guys. I mean, honestly, there really is, dude. I mean, yes, we have the new releases, but you have that exclusive steelbook for Midway. You have the limited steelbook for Avatar: The Last Airbender. You also have that really great steelbook for Slumber Party Massacre that I didn't think we were ever going to see over at Best Buy. And truth be told, there was even more Shout Select and Scream Factory titles here that I was like, Best Buy is carrying these now? Like, that's really cool. I mean, some of them I own already, but honestly, if I didn't and I saw them here at Best Buy, I would pick them up, dude, because you rarely see these releases in stores, especially at a big retailer like Best Buy. That's really cool, man. So I was really happy seeing the physical media this week here at Best Buy, man. I'm kind of hoping that maybe it spells that we'll get some other really great, unique indie releases here in the future. Cross fingers, guys, but it's looking pretty promising, and I'm a very happy man just thinking that we could get some really cool, like, Arrow titles or Scream Factory titles here. Like, that's pretty awesome. Come on, man. At Best Buy, that's pretty freaking cool, dude. Not bad, man. Like I said, I always love the out and abouts. You never know what you're going to find, man, and this is proof positive of it for sure, man. Gotta love it, dude. Not bad at all this week. Some really cool surprises. All right, let's head home and finish the video. All right, everybody, that will do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And there was a lot to show off this week, guys. I mean, literally, sometimes I was a little bit shocked of how much we actually got to show off, because outside of the new releases, which we normally see all the time, there was some really cool exclusives. There was some really cool physical media surprises at some of these stores. Some great indie releases. Some limited editions, collector's editions, Scream Factory. Hey, this is what the out and about gets you. You never know what you're going to find. Some really great, pleasant surprises from time to time. And we definitely got it for sure, man. So I'm a very happy camper with this week for sure, man. There was a lot of physical media to show off. And hey, even some stuff to show off at the Walmart that I usually go to. So, hey, that ain't half bad, guys. Not half bad at all, man. Like I said, there was some great physical media this week. I hope you picked up something good, because trust me, man, there was a lot to show off, man. So definitely let me know what you guys got. As far as I'm concerned, where do I start on this haul that I got for the week, guys? Because I got some really cool packages. And the first I got is from Diabolic DVD right here. Now, this is actually a Blu-ray of a horror movie that recently came out by Scream Factory. Now, I have actually been very interested to watch this one. It's one of the newer horror films to come out, and Scream Factory sort of is doing the distribution for it. And I was eyeing this one for a really long while. I've been wanting to watch it, and I'm kind of a fan of the director. The director does some really weird, fucked up movies, and this one looks like really like a great sort of killer on the loose type of movie. I am really looking forward to this one in a big bad way, guys. I think it could be really cool, man. And I like a lot of sort of old school nostalgic Scream Factory releases, but I haven't really been diving into their sort of IFC Midnight stuff, or more of the newer stuff that they distribute from time to time. This is one of the first ones I've really sort of dived into, and I can't wait to check this one out, guys. So, yeah, sort of weird, interesting, sort of unique horror film that recently got its debut on Blu-ray from Scream Factory. So, definitely looking forward to this one, guys. Then, I also got another package in the mail from Diabolic DVD as well. Now, this is actually a sort of a limited edition Blu-ray that recently got announced by Diabolic DVD. Diabolic actually released this themselves. This is a Diabolic DVD exclusive that they came out with. And when I heard about it, I had to pick it up, man, because I was like, okay, this stars Donald Pleasance, this stars, one of the Doctor Who's. On top of that, it kind of seems like it's kind of riffing off of the movie Freaks from back in the day, which, if you guys have seen enough of the videos, you know how much I really love Freaks. And so I'm like, okay, I've never seen it before. It's from the 70s. I like some of those sort of old school obscure movies at times. I'm going to give this one a chance. So this was not on my radar. This came completely out of nowhere, but I had to pick it up. And as far as I know, I believe now it's completely sold out, if not close to it. Like, they only did a very limited run, and that's it. So I'm very happy that I picked this up when I did. When it went on sale, I literally left whatever I was doing at work and went and ordered it. It was a little bit of a pain in the ass to do it, but I got it done, and I'm damn glad to finally have it in my hands, guys. So I'm definitely excited to check this one out. I also got some Royal Mail. Yeah, another one from the UK. And this is actually, from what I remember, this is actually a Arrow Video title. Now, this is one of the more newer movies to come out, I believe, from last year. It's only getting, right now, a UK release. It's not getting an American release, only a UK. It's a very unique horror film. It reminds me from the trailer a lot of like a horror version of sort of Drop Dead Fred, I would say. It seems really demented and really out there, and I wanted to check this one out, guys. I really honestly did, and that's why I have a region-free player, because it's movies like this where I'm like, I don't know if this is getting an American release anytime soon, and if it does, I don't know if Arrow's even going to do it. So if I can get the UK version, the Arrow edition, I'm going to do it. So I definitely picked this one up for sure, and it was on sale, so why not? You know, best of both worlds, something I wanted and on sale. So it looks kind of demented and cool, and I honestly can't wait to get this one in the player and check it out, man. So I got that. And I also picked up a release over at Best Buy as well, guys. Now, this is actually a newer release, and it's actually one that I think is kind of underrated. But I feel like over time it will be appreciated more, but it's one of those movies that I think like a lot of this type of genre, I think people really need to sort of get to find it through word of mouth, and eventually it will find its audience. But for right now, I feel it's a little underrated. That's all the hint that I'll give you guys, but that is what I picked up, man, from Best Buy. So, Best Buy package, Royal Mail, limited edition Diabolic DVD exclusive, and Scream Factory Horror. Yes, guys, I got a lot of stuff this week. February, as I said, guys, is continuing to look like a massive week, man. Massive month, I should say. There's so much physical media coming out this month. It really boggles my mind how much. I mean, and I'm taking advantage of it, guys. Whether it's limited editions, collector's editions, retro titles, 80s, 90s, new releases, you name it, man. I mean, February is going to be a big month for me, and I cannot wait to show you everything that I picked up next month in my Blu-ray pickle video, which will drop. Man, you're gonna love the haul, guys. You guys know I picked up a lot of unique and interesting titles from time to time, and February is not gonna disappoint by far, guys. So definitely stay tuned to that. And stay tuned to all of the videos that are coming to the channel, more movie reviews, the December Blu-ray pickup video, perhaps some movie hunting, possibly, you never know, on top of so much more content that we already have on the channel. The movie reviews, the other Blu-ray DVD out and about videos, other movie hunting, movie topic videos, and much more. If you love movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become a part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank my subscribers. I want to thank you guys so much for really going out of your way, watching the videos, commenting, subscribing, really showing me the love and the channel, all the love that you possibly can. And I hope that I give the love right back to you guys. I really honestly do. So thank you for that so much. And again, if you like the video, definitely give it a thumbs up as well. And don't forget to subscribe. And before I go, guys, I wanted to just say a few quick words about a recent YouTube video that came out that's getting a lot of chatter. And the Angry Video Game Nerd ended up doing a YouTube video about the top 10 reasons why Blu-ray sucks. Now, I have been a fan of the Angry Video Game Nerd for quite a long time. I think he's a great YouTuber. I think he's entertaining as hell. I think he's one of those people that really was one of the pioneers of YouTube in a big bad way. And so I really respect him. And watching his video, the top 10 reasons why he hates Blu-ray, he brings up a lot of points, whether it's the menus, the artwork, whether it's sort of the packaging. He talks about even the trailers. He goes into like how he can't skip past the trailers, and he gets upset about that. And he goes into many different reasons why he doesn't like Blu-ray. And in a lot of ways, it comes off as somebody who is just sort of this old curmudgeon of a guy. And I really hate to say that because I love the Angry Video Game Nerd so much. I really honestly do. And he gets 100% of my respect. He really honestly does. But a lot of the reasons why he hates on Blu-ray is really not even the format's fault. It's these companies. Because I get why. You know, I mean, VHS was so special at the time when it came out, and it really was. There was nothing like that before. And VHS came and it really stormed the gates in a big bad way, and it came out and everything was coming out on VHS. I mean, it was a smorgasbord of stuff. And then when DVD came out, that really revolutionized the whole media aspect as well. I mean, you had so many movies that transitioned from VHS to DVD, and DVD was new ways of looking at movies, and the menus were unique, and special features. Like, it blew everybody's mind away. It was awesome. And then when you came to Blu-ray, I think people, I don't know if the expectations were higher, but I felt like people already really loved DVD, and they felt like Blu-ray was maybe coming in and sort of wanting to sort of be the be-all end-all. And I find now that Blu-ray is a nice really complement to something like DVD and 4K. I prefer Blu-ray, but I understand that some people don't and they prefer the DVD. But I really do blame these companies because, you know, if you're complaining about the menus, if you're complaining about the artwork, if you're complaining about the size of the packaging, I think some of these companies are better at dealing with Blu-ray than others are. You know, to me, I think when you look at companies like a Shout Factory or Arrow or Vinegar Syndrome or Severin, Criterion, it felt like these companies really understand the marketplace and they understand the consumer. And then you get these big companies sometimes like Universal or Fox or Disney, uh, Sony, and it feels like sometimes they don't really appreciate the fan base of physical media that the way they should, and they sort of undervalue us. And you know, at the end of the day, don't blame the format, blame the companies. Because that's really what I would say. The companies are the ones at fault. The companies are the ones that either put in the most effort or put in lack thereof and don't really do a lot with the format, even though there's so many possibilities with it. You know, I understand his reasonings. I understand his complaints. I get it. He's not wrong. But at the end of the day, I will take a physical media disc over streaming any day of the week, guys. I honestly will. You know, I can sit through some trailers that I'm forced to sit through. I can deal with packaging. I can deal with some of the artwork. I can deal with all that stuff because physical media needs to stay alive. We need to keep this format alive for the collectors, for the movies. Because sometimes, as much as you might like streaming, not every movie's ever going to come to streaming. And we really need to support the format that's going to keep these movies alive for the long haul. And sometimes it's just not streaming because a lot of these movies are just never going to hit on streaming. It's a sad reality, but it really is the truth. And that's why I love physical media and still champion it to this day, guys. I really do. So let me know your thoughts on that, guys. And in the meantime, I will see you back next week for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care, everybody, and happy hunting.